Welcome. This is Cognitive Sage, and my name is Ariel. Today we're going to be unboxing the Black Moon Astrology Card deck. I purchased this deck a couple of days ago and fell in love. I didn't know that I was actually even going to find this deck. I went to the metaphysical shop and it called to me. So in this video, I'm going to be showing y'all a couple of the passages through the book, the introduction, some of the card meanings and like how they split up the cards, divided the cards, and then also I'm going to go through the entire deck. And I decided that while I was doing this, I was just going to give y'all an introduction kind of towards myself and about Cognitive Sage. So, I started tarot about 2 years ago now, roughly. Um, I fell in love. I did purchase my own deck. When I went into the shop, though, this was in California at the time. I went in and I was just going to look. And the first thing that called out to me was actually oracle decks. But I didn't study on oracle decks, I had studied on tarot. And so, but I purchased the decks anyway because I knew about like the calling and what you feel. So I went ahead and got it anyway. And then I also got a tarot deck that kind of called to me, but not as strong as the oracle deck did. But I got it anyway. And it took me weeks to even open them. Like I slept with them, I prayed over them, I did all of the things I thought I was supposed to do before I even opened them. So like a month later, a month and a half, I decided to open them and dive into it. Right away, I did not feel as connected with the tarot deck. And I love the oracle deck. But I pushed myself to learn the tarot meanings. I pushed myself to explore, and then I ended up purchasing another tarot deck, and then I ended up losing a card from the first deck, and I just kind of kept going on the tarot journey. And I would buy, and as soon as I would buy, I ended up with like 5 or 6 decks, but I had lost like 3 cards out of like 3 of the decks, or yeah, lost some cards out of 3 of the decks. So it was an interesting journey. And so maybe about 6 months ago or so, I decided to let it go, to let tarot go and make room for some other things that was happening in my life. Excuse me, that was my phone. And so I decided I'd let it go. I have been getting the call like the last maybe month or so, and I've just been kind of sitting on it, kind of waiting on it, kind of seeing where it was going, because I was like, well, I spent all that money over with my cards, and then I ended up cleansing them and releasing them, and so it's kind of like I'm not sure. Well, I ended up deciding, you know what, I'm gonna get them because my boyfriend actually wanted some stones. So we went in the metaphysical shop. I got him some crystals and stones, and when I went in there, I started looking at the cards, and I felt like pulled. So I was like, okay. So I go, and I made a point of like a couple of days ago to go ahead and like get cards, and so I was like, whatever costs to me, that's what I'm getting. No questions asked. That's what I'm getting. I go to one shop. Nothing really called to me. I said, okay. So I went to another shop. Now, I'm in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. We only have two. So I was like, oh, I really hope I find something. If not, I'll have to look online. I walk in, and the very first thing that called to me was this deck. And look at these. Oh, my goodness. Y'all, I am in love. So I got them, went home, did my cleansing, did my praying, and I opened these like immediately though. I was so excited. I opened these that night. But I no longer wait on my cards. Usually I used to like wait and sleep and do stuff first, but now I just take them out, spray them down, pray over them, and get to work. But I just feel this strong pull for oracle decks in general. I actually purchased 2 other ones, which I will be showing y'all. I purchased those online, and I kind of understand where my path is now. So with Cognitive Sage, I really want to merge finance and business with oracle readings and with astrology readings and with spirituality in general, because I think it's something that it becomes void, you know, when you think about business and you think about finances, but it's all encompassing. So those are the things that I'd like to do with these decks, and to reach out and to help people. And through my tarot journey, though, I found that I'm called to businesses and finance, and that's really my strong suit of where I can help people. So that's what Cognitive Sage is all about. It's really that merging. It's really a soothing space for business, finance, and uh, divination to really merge and marry. So that's kind of like the tarot story. And this is my first video that I'm putting up. Once again, I'm just kind of Gary V styling this. I'm just putting it out there, and sharing my craft and sharing my passion. So hopefully someone out there enjoys this deck and maybe wants to get it for themselves, or maybe wants to dive more into oracle cards or tarot cards. I think it is really a beautiful art and a beautiful practice, along with some other things I do, which I will get deeper into those things. I would also like to be one of those regular YouTubers that say, excuse my nails, you guys. My nails look so busted. And if you didn't notice, I know you're looking at them now. I know you are. But it's all good. It is all good. So this, like, look at these. You guys. I had to go back to that one, because just look. I mean, honestly, this deck seriously calls to me. And I'm really into astrology. I'm really into the stars. I have many stories about the stars and how I speak to them, and the skies, and the moon, who I adore, and the sun, who me and the sun have a loving relationship. And I say loving with like quotation marks. But there's a space for each and every one of them. So as I continue this journey and making videos and creating a community within us and within the people that are very like-minded and similar, I was going somewhere with that, you guys, but I kind of don't remember. So I'm really not going to be too pressed on the good and the bad of this video. I'm just going to put it out there and hope that I can create the community and I can help and aid, because that's what it's all about. But this deck is absolutely beautiful. Once again, it's the Black Moon Astrology Cards. And look at that. Oh my goodness. Yes, that is beautiful. But thank you guys for tuning in. I really hope that this deck helps anyone out. And yes, blessings.